For this reason, I suggest that the Jamaican government revisit the crimes, especially those that are likely to be against women like rape, and tilt the scale in the favor of women. Just like gone on YouTube, figure your brain some new food. Hello people, and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time on the channel, a special welcome to you. I ask that you check out the rest of my videos. If you like what you see, give them a thumbs up, leave a comment, but more than anything, I'm asking that you subscribe to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about being a woman, the blessing and the curse of it. When it comes to women, the first thing I think about is my mother. When I hear the term woman or female, I think about the opposite sex. So that could be my sisters, that could be my wife, ex-girlfriends, woman, female, whether we're talking about the human species or other species of life. One thing I've learned in my almost 50 years, that female are the most regal creatures that God has created. By mentioning of God, let me say a happy Easter to all of you who are Christians, and let me say a happy Good Friday to you guys, because today is Good Friday. And for that reason, I thought today is an appropriate day for me to touch this subject. Recently in Jamaica, a female by the name of Kenise Jackson was abducted, raped, and murdered. And Kenise Jackson's death took a toll on me, just as much as other female abduction in Jamaica has taken a toll on me. And I decided, you know what? Let me do a vlog just speaking about women and the laws of the world that surround women. But considering that most of my viewers and subscribers are Jamaican, I'm really pointing this subject to Jamaica and the laws surrounding crimes in Jamaica. And I'm going to touch how I believe Jamaican government should move forward with crime against women. Like I say, women, in my opinion, in my view, they are the most regal creatures on planet Earth. They are also the most powerful creatures on planet Earth. When I say powerful, their powers exceed their counterpart. The powers of female exceed the powers of men. When I think of male and female, I think, okay, they are our equal opposites. And when I say they're our equal opposites, for example, most men are physically stronger than women. And most women are emotionally stronger, and in most cases, mentally stronger than men. So as much as we may be able to lift up something of an excess weight physically, and that is our superpower as men, when it comes to stressful situation, emotional situation, when it comes to 9 months of carrying another human being grown inside of your body, and the fatigue and all the emotional changes that it makes to the human body mentally, all men would agree that we couldn't do it. We couldn't handle it. And after the birth of the child, the patience that is required to nurture a child, most men will agree that we couldn't do it. If you look at it, most relationships ends during the pregnancy or just after the babies are born. And the reason for that is because most men can't deal with the demands, can't deal with the emotional pressure, can't deal with what is required to nurture and to care. Recently, my wife and I was discussing a topic concerning male versus female. And I said to my wife, I have to take my hat off to women, you know. I have to, because what I have observed over the years is the nature of women. And the nature of women is that they have to care for something. They have to. Whether they have children of their own or they don't have children of their own. What I have observed in women is that women have this craving, this need, this must have to care for something. Whether that is a child that is not theirs, whether that is an animal, a pet, whether that is a spouse, a boyfriend, a husband, woman feels complete as long as they're caring and providing some level of nurture for another being. While men are the opposite, that could be a hit or miss for most of us. We don't have to nurture anything. We don't have to care for anything. And yet still we feel as if we are men. One of the power of women that could be considered a blessing, could be considered a curse, is their beauty. Women are alluring creatures. And trust me, I am a guy, an heterosexual guy, who have always found women attractive. Always found women attractive. And there are a lot of women out there, some that let you bite your fist just by sight, just by their physical appearance. Drop dead gorgeous, beautiful. Sometimes I wonder if women see other women as beautiful as men see women. I'm not 100% sure. I have a son who is nearing Kenise Jackson's age, and he's old enough that we can openly talk about women and their sexuality. And one of the things I remember saying to my son is, you're at that age where you have a window of about 15 years to feast your sight on the beauty of women. I said, forget about sexual intercourse. I'm not talking about sexual intercourse. I'm talking about the nudity, the nakedness of a woman, and the beauty, the pleasure it gives to men. It is a beautiful sight. And some women are able to keep it up, and other women are not able to keep it up. Why? Due to giving birth, the changes in the body, the breasts don't look the same, the stomach don't look the same, and so on and so forth. However, the attraction for women doesn't change because the body changes. So there's that powerful essence about women that men find magnetizing. And because of this, for centuries, the existence of women has created a situation where the penises of men tend to get them in trouble. You know, follow recent history to early histories, you'll realize that men and their penises, it's like a curse. It's a bad combination, because most men in history, that attraction that they find in female, combined with their lack of control, has often get them into trouble. Again, let me speak of from a personal point of view. I'm a heterosexual man. Before I was married, I had a cast of girlfriends. Why? I love women. I love the look of them. I love the sensuality that they bring. I love their touch, their care. They're the opposite of me. And there's just something about that that attracts me to women. Their physical beauty as well. You know, women come in a variety of shapes and size, and every man has his own view of beauty, physical beauty when it comes to a woman. But take away the physicality from all women, and they share that nurturing power, that cooling power. When we as men lose our head, the woman, whether it's our mom, our girlfriend, our wives, they're always that counterpart that keeps us balanced. And for that reason, I honestly believe that it was meant to be that man or woman cohabit or have a relationship. Again, because they are our equal opposite. Where they are weak, we are strong. Where we're weak, they are strong. But as an heterosexual man who loves women, it's like my love for anything else. A nice car, a nice house, clothes. I love it, but I have self-control. Meaning, if I can't afford it, I can walk away from it without feeling like I have to steal it. And this is where I have a problem with those who share my same sex. I'm talking about men. If one woman isn't good enough for you, then maybe you shouldn't have a relationship with just one woman. Because then you're going to end up deceiving her, cheating on her, hurting her. You want to have an understanding. And if you can't find that understanding, it's okay to be a bachelor. But while you're being a bachelor, no is no when a woman says it. And I truly believe that. Whether she says it jokingly, whether she says it with a smile, if she shows any signs of resistance or any utterance that sounds like no, stop immediately. I think any man that goes beyond that resistance, goes beyond that no, deserves to be punished under the law. And not just punished under the law, but extremely punished. At the moment, the scales of justice in Jamaica is level, like in most countries. What I mean by that is, if a woman commits a crime and a man commits the same crime, under the eyes of the law, under the written code of the law, the woman deserves the same punishment that the man does. In most cases, women get lighter sentences because they are mothers and judge takes in consideration that their children needs them and so on and so forth. Women tend to get lighter sentences because they are more fragile, they are less likely to commit crimes again compared to men. But under the law is not written for that. That is just personal lenience from the judges. But under the law, theft is theft, murder is murder, rape is rape, and so on and so forth. Most people laugh when a man says a woman rapes him. Most people think it's ridiculous. But for someone who embraced the law, I don't find it funny if I read or hear a man says a woman raped him. Rape is rape. Under the law, again, under the law, the same amount of time that is prescribed for men is prescribed for women. So under the law, there's nothing that says women should get this to this sentence, or men should get this minimum to that maximum sentence under murder, under rape, under theft. It's nowhere it's written like that. But this is actually what I would like to suggest to Jamaican government. I would really like that the scale doesn't set evenly when it comes to crime against women. Fair is fair. I understand that women want equal rights in everything. And like I say, we are equal. They are our equal opposites. But when it comes to the physicality of things, in most cases, like I said earlier, men, we are physically stronger than women. In most cases, we can maneuver a female. Not in all cases, but in most cases, we can manhandle a female, and female tends to fear our physical strength. For this reason, I suggest that the Jamaican government revisit the crimes, especially those that are likely to be against women, like rape, and tilt the scale in the favor of women. What I mean by that is make the punishment, make the penalty for physically assaulting a woman or raping her, make it as extreme as possible. Put it in the rank of murder then. So what I'm saying is, if you should put it in the rank of murder, rape, man against woman, is seen just like murder, and rape, woman against man, is just seen as rape. I'm a man, and I am saying I'm in favor of this, and I would like to hear my viewers and my subscribers' point of view about this suggestion. And if my Jamaican women are in agreement, you guys need to lobby for this. You guys need to push for this. I can sit up here and make it happen. I can only sit up here and project it to you as a solution. And then you guys, Bobsy Grange, she is a Jamaican politician, all for women and the rights of women. So suggest it to Bobsy Grange, Olivia Bobsy Grange. Suggest it to her. She's in politics, and then she'll direct you guys what to do from there. But what I'm saying is push for harsher punishment when it comes to crime against women. Every time I read the Jamaican news, there's crime against women. I just saw earlier this morning, I was scrolling on social media, and I saw a video that says sensitive, graphic image, so I must choose whether or not I want to watch it. But because I saw that it was coming out of Jamaica, I was curious. And when I looked, it was a man on the public street with a machete chopping up a female. And under the law, he's going to be arrested and charged for aggravated assault or aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. But I believe because it's not against a man and it's against a woman, it should be seen as a harsher crime. When you lift up a machete to assault a female, I see that you're assaulting my wife, my goddaughter, my mother, my sister, my ex-girlfriends, my female associates, which I don't condone. I wouldn't do it. Before I go, there is something that I want to say. This year I'm 50 years old, and it was only about 2 years ago that it came in perspective to me how hard it is to be a woman. I grew up in Kingston, Jamaica, in some of the most volatile neighborhoods. And when it gets dark in the evening, these places get more dangerous. And as a boy, there were certain areas that when it gets dark, I was afraid to venture because I know that I'm taking a risk. And because of that, I understand fear. I understand what it is to be afraid. But in the daytime, I'm usually not afraid because I'm a boy, I can handle myself, and I know where I can go, that I don't have to be afraid. So most of my life, growing up in Kingston, Jamaica, I was never afraid. But there were times that I was afraid when it gets dark and when I know that evil lurks or evil items. About 2 years ago, I was watching one of my favorite American stand-up comedian, Dave Chappelle. And Dave Chappelle said a story, he told a story. And the story just woke me up to understand women more. The story went like this. Dave Chappelle says he got paid one night, couple $1,000. I think it was 25,000 US dollars. And he had to walk through a volatile part of New York with this money in his pocket. And he was saying, as he walked with the cash in his pocket, he was so afraid because he's wondering how many other people know that he got this money. And if they know that he have this money, there's a high chance that he's going to be robbed, probably killed, for the money. But he knew that not everybody else knew, but still he was afraid. So he flipped it and he says, okay, now when you see a female, all female have vaginas. It's not a question of whether or not that one has one or that one has one. We know they all have one. And the thing about that is, it is a craving thing. It is something that men crave. But unlike the money that was in Dave Chappelle's pocket, where it's a 20-80 chance that someone will think he has money, it's a 100% chance that man knows that woman has a vagina. And whether it is daytime or nighttime, she's equipped with something that people will abduct her for, kill her for, and take it from her. And after hearing that story, it woke me up. It woke me up to realize that it is impossible that a woman's mindset on a daily basis is the same as mine. It's impossible. Because if I'm walking in broad daylight through an open field, I don't think anything of it. But a woman, knowing that she's equipped with a vagina, she has to be on guard. She has to be in protective mode most of her life. And when I think about that, I think, well, that's stressful. But it also let me realize, and for this reason, we have to protect our wives more as men. We have to protect our daughters more as fathers. And we have to look out for our female colleagues more as friends. It is a great responsibility to be a female. And for this reason, I decided to come up on my channel and do a video imploring Jamaican women and men to move forward by not letting Kenise Jackson's death just another one. But let's use this one to make change, approach the government and let them know. As much as we believe that the scales of justice should always be level, when it comes to crime against women, we don't mind it tipping a little in favor of women. Because without women, none of us would be here. None of us. No male, no female. And we don't want to get into which was first, the chicken or the egg. Doesn't matter. What we do know is that even though male and female is required to reproduce, the female is the one that does most of the work during the process, after the process, and the upbringing of us. And for this reason, I believe that crime against women should be severely punished, where it becomes a deterrence to those who intend to abuse, assault, or murder a female. Anyway, people, that's pretty much it for today. Let me know what you think of this vlog. As you know, on my channel, I appreciate thumbs up and thumbs down, agreement and disagreement, because at the end of the day, each one teach one. You've reached the end of my video, and that in itself is a support that I truly appreciate. Other ways that you can support this channel is by giving this video a thumbs up. But the most important way to support my channel is to hit that subscribe button so you do not miss out on any of my future uploads. The third way to support this channel is to go to my Teespring account and purchase in any of my merch. And the fourth way that you can support this channel is joining me on Patreon to give me a contribution to help me to do what I do here on YouTube. Once again, I want to thank all of you guys for checking out my video and ask that you continue to join me, Ian T. Sabas, here on YouTube to see where my journey takes me. Until next time, peace.